Next, John Volpe.
Booklets for each person here. I pass these out at the planning board. And they recommend give one to each person here.
Okay.
What's in the books? If I can go back and get mine. What's in the books is the first part has to do with the violations that has happened. Because I know that the permitting, if they go and do the permitting again, there's been changes in here. In the past, it's always been 65 acres. And now the DEC, everything in the paper has been from the DEC. Okay? So now it's been reduced down to 30 acres instead of 65 acres, which I think is very important that the board know that, because all of your past permits have always been for 65 acres. Also, once you get past the ticket, or what has happened, I can read it to you. One of the problems was that there wasn't enough acreage, too many vehicles, improper solution of the lime mix, and too much waste on the land. That's on page 3 of 3. Okay. So the DEC is the one that did this, not me. I haven't made out any of these papers. These papers are all made out from the DEC. The next part of it is the solid for the waste, the holding, the inspections at the fields, and also at the where the tanks are, showing that there was problems in the past with that. The next part of it has to do with the DEC regulations on land applications, which I thought that might be helpful. And then the last section has to do with our own ideas that we're hoping the board will take into consideration. The last 2 pages of the booklet, which we would like to see monitoring of the groundwater once a month. Town of Stafford should have soil testing records of each month that the land spreading is being done, both pH tests, the first test when it's first spread, and then 30 minutes later, according to the papers that are in the front by the DEC law. Town of Stafford should have records of what's being grown in the fields that are being spread with human waste. Town of Stafford should know where the waste that is being spread on the field comes from, and the amount that is taken from each home and or business, so that you're aware that it's not coming out of Oakfield or someplace else. The Town of Stafford should know the total amount of waste each month and a total for each year. This way he doesn't go over, the total amounts that are given. The town permit should be, the town permit for the land spreading of human waste should not be transferable to any person, firm, or any other corporation. No waste other than the people in Town of Stafford should be allowed to be land spread or put into a holding tank in the Town of Stafford. The Town of Stafford should only have a 6-month permit to spread. And the reason for that is that if you go into the other part of this, the pages just before that, it has in there about that you can't spread if the ground, if there's snow or there's a tremendous amount of rain and things like this, which takes up roughly quite a bit of the year. And of course, if there's any laws that are violated, to actually remove the permit from the person, firm, or the corporation. And the very last thing is note that there is other options that can be done as for the sewage facility that's over in Batavia or one of the other cities. Okay?
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Excuse me, I just wondered what you'll be doing with the information that John just presented. Will you be reviewing it, and will you be making decisions about it, or what will you be doing?
Well, it will appear before the planning board before we get it. They will make a recommendation to us based on their findings. And as of now, with the information that I have, the DEC has approved what calls are doing, and what we will do remains to be seen. But it's a legal permitted activity, and I'm not sure that we can override that.
Well, Erie County does and North County does.
Okay.
We talked about that last month.
Right.
I just wondered if, and we had talked about some of you maybe going and doing a little research and finding out what's out there as far as the effects of doing that. And I wondered if anybody actually did any of that, so that they could come back and discuss what they've learned, or, because it always seems like, you know, we come in here and we have all of our facts and we've done all this research, and you guys all say, well, we don't know about that, and we won't be, it's legal, so we won't be doing anything about that. And just because it is legal doesn't mean it should be, and doesn't mean it's good for us, and doesn't mean there's not alternatives, really good, healthy, economically feasible solutions. And I don't understand just saying, well, the DEC says it's okay. Because other counties say, well, they say it's okay, but we say it's not okay.
Actually, I have an interesting point. Erie County bans it. Monroe County bans it. What work have you guys done with Genesee County? Since they do have a Department of Health.
What have we guys done with Genesee? Genesee County is waiting to see what you guys are going to do.
Genesee County Health Department has no say in it. They take it back to DEC every time we speak to them. They don't want to deal with the issue. They put it on DEC. And in part because of their workload. They don't carry open a can of worms. That's what I get from them.
Like I say, the planning board will be reviewing this, and there will be other investigations go on between now and then. So at this point in time, I don't think this board is prepared to make a statement. I mean, like I say, it's a legal activity. They're doing what they're supposed to do. We do not have the expertise to test and find out exactly what's going on. We rely on the DEC to do that. They are the people who are qualified to do it.
They're saying that it's your job to do the testing and the monitoring. I mean, if you're saying you
No.
can't do the monitoring,
No, it isn't.
they told me that on phone.
Yeah.
That it's the town's job to monitor what they permit.
Well,
Because they don't have the manpower to do that.
That's the first time I have ever heard that.
I brought this up
We are
3
not,
months ago.
we are not qualified to do that.
Then maybe you shouldn't be permitting it. If it's not monitored, maybe it shouldn't be permitted. And that based on the fact that you don't know much about it, and the
People who
DEC
do know
permits
much
it,
about it say it's okay.
but they're not monitoring it. And if it's
Well, yes,
monitored
they are
by the people
monitoring.
that are doing it, that's not checks and balances.
All right, enough. We could go on here for another hour.
Bob, can I make a suggestion that we forward this to our attorney to see what the ramifications are either way?
Yes, we can do that.
Ma'am,
Yes.
are there any other towns in Genesee County that permit spreading of this nature?
Can I answer that, or are we all done with the subject?
Go ahead, answer.
Okay. I wrote FOIL requests to each and every township. Stafford is about the only one that actually gives out a permit. The rest of them state they really don't know whether anybody's spreading or not. Some of them state that they have laws against it, that they can't spread. But most of them are saying, well, we're just leaving it up to the DEC. which means that most of the townships don't even know whether people are spreading it or not. And you know, they're gonna run into the same problem that's happened here. The point that I think everybody's trying to make is that you have a company that has overdone it, okay? And so the DEC got involved and said, yes, you have overdone it, you've made numerous mistakes.
And those mistakes have been corrected.
Have they?
Yes.
Okay, so how are you gonna correct the other 35 acres that have already been destroyed? How do you correct that because someone went over the line? Okay?
Was it your
That's
land?
the point.
Wait a minute, John. Was
Yeah.
it your land?
Pardon me?
Was it your land?
No, it's not my land.
Now, wait a minute now.
Okay, come on,
You're
come on, say it.
You're taking issue for other people.
I'm taking concern
Wait a minute.
for this.
Wait a minute. Wait a
I'm
minute.
taking concern.
Sit down. Sit down.
I will sit down right here.
Right there.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm taking concern. This is my earth also. And my grandkids
Nobody-
gotta come over here too.
Nobody said it wasn't.
Well, then don't start with that crap.
In order for them to spread on somebody's land, they have to have permission to do
I
it.
understand that.
So did they get permission from those people to do it?
I have no idea.
Then what are you talking about?
What do you mean, what am I talking about? What I'm talking about is trying to bring everything to this board's attention, plus the planning board's attention. That's all that I'm trying to do.
You've done that.
Well,
You've
great.
done that.
Great.
Adequately.
I don't know what your problem is.
I don't have a problem.
Great.
Good. End of conversation.
As far as I'm concerned,
Okay.
thank you.
Yes, sir.